Hi guys, this is Stefan McMillan,
and Justin Watson,
and you're listening to episode 1 of Exposure, a half-hour sit-down with some of online's newest and exciting content creators.
And we have a guest. He's a new YouTuber, and his name is Jacob, and his channel is youtube.com/Ibattle2WinMc.
So let's start the show.
So guys, we have a new segment, and this segment is called How to Get Away with YouTube. And we're going to give you tips and tricks on how to manage your channel, run your channel, grow your channel, and how to just generally be on YouTube. And today we're going to talk about community channels. Now, community channel or collab channel is a channel where a group of people post maybe once. Maybe somebody will post on Monday, another person posts on Tuesday. So everyone gets their own day, and the idea is to have a bunch of different people and everybody's subscribers comes together. Now, in theory, these channels seem like a really good idea, but in reality, they don't end up doing well.
Well, when I first started YouTube, the big collab channel that I've heard of was O2L.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, in my eyes, I just feel like they had it really easy because they basically had millions of girls subscribed to them.
Mm-hmm.
To me, based off their looks, like I didn't think they were particularly that funny or talented. But I mean, like you said, as we've seen, it's harder to stay together than it seems.
Yeah, and it's also a lot harder to grow a channel like that. Unlike the Creature Hub. And together, the Creatures probably have nearly 10 million subscribers, and they've been doing the Creature Hub for almost 2 years, or probably over 2 years, and they just reached 1 million subscribers. And then you have channels like Gays of the Week, where the drama kind of started, and people started clashing, and they started breaking up, and it's just like, and then even to go back to O2L, it was like, okay, cool, this is a cool channel, everyone's posting, and then people stop posting, and then people stop posting, and then one person's like, okay, I'm gone, and then they're like, okay, we'll try, and then before you know it, it's over.
Well, do you feel like egos come into play with these sort of things? Like O2L, obviously they blew up, each of them, their own channels blew up, so maybe they felt like they didn't need the collab channel anymore. And Gays of the Week, obviously Mouse J is pretty big now, so do you think that comes into play?
Sometimes I do. I feel like if they're bigger, yes. And maybe not so much in the smaller ones, because everyone's like hustling to get there, but definitely in the bigger channels, because if I feel like I'm carrying everybody, then I'm carrying everybody. I did one, and I don't know what happened. Let me tell you the story. Okay, it was just crazy. So we started uploading. It was called the Internetians. Oh, well, that I really said the name. And I started uploading. Everybody was uploading their week. All of a sudden, I go to the channel to upload. Everything's gone. All the videos are gone. Somebody took down the channel art. It's just like blank.
That's insane.
And I'm just like, well, what's going on?
So you didn't have like any access to the account? Or anything?
No, I did. I was you see, that's another thing too. There has to be proper management, because if you don't know these people, unless these people are like your bestest friends, and you can actually go, if somebody does something stupid, you can go to their house. Do not give anybody else a password. So everyone on the channel had a password. So nobody knows who did it. And
that sucks.
And I was just like, well, forget it. But the videos I made were good, so I just put them on my channel.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like there should be like one head honcho that has all the login information. So if something does go down, obviously we know who to point the finger at.
There has to be good leadership of a channel too. So
would you ever do another collab channel?
Only if I'm the boss.
Well, to go back to O2L, wasn't there like one person who like wasn't pulling his weight in terms of uploading videos?
One.
Were there more?
What happened is they were okay. The problem is, right, all of them weren't that active on YouTube in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say like Ricky, pretty consistent. Connor, definitely consistent.
Mm-hmm.
And then JC, Kian, kind of. I would say not kind of, but a little less consistent. And then you had Sam and the other one.
The Sam is Sam is the younger one, right?
Sam.
And then there was Trevor.
No, I think Trevor's the youngest, I think.
Oh, okay.
And then Trevor's trying to do his music career, so that's more time consuming. And I mean, all of them are basically trying to do something, but it's just so it like personalized come into it, and it's just. But it was like Sam and what was the other one's name again? Trevor. Yeah, they were posting the least, and then there would be days where JC didn't post a video, and then they would try and make it up.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, and it was worse for O2L because they used to do themes.
Yeah.
So it would be like Celebrity Week or something like that. So it's just like you really wanted to see everyone's video. So I don't know.
Yeah, I can't really speak on them. I wasn't really that big of a fan, so it wasn't that big of a loss to me when they decided to stop.
Well, Kian and JC have a channel called Kian and JC. Oh, and also another thing about the collabs. Last thing, don't move into a house together, people. I mean, you can live together, but don't make the house you live in the vlog house.
Mm-hmm.
Because people will find you. Like, that happened to the creatures. That happened to O2L. They will find you, especially if you're traveling, you're walking around the neighborhood. You have millions of people. There's bound to be someone in that area that watches you.
Yeah, that was kind of weird that they had, not weird, I don't know. I don't want to offend anybody, that they all lived in one place. Like, surely, actually, I would kind of want to see what happened behind the scenes with them all living in one place. Like, did they fight a lot? Maybe that's why they broke up.
Well, they was in a mansion,
Oh yeah.
So, and it wasn't all of. I don't think Sam and Trevor lived there because they were kind of young.
Mm-hmm.
I know Trevor did. I don't know if Sam did. I don't think he did though. But yeah, so that's it for community channels on how to get away with YouTube. So I'm a content creator, and you are too, correct?
Yeah.
And sometimes we need extra support as content creators, and they have these things called networks. Now, with a network, you can get extra support and extra apps and things, but to make your channel better. And yes, they do take a little cut, but that's okay, because when stuff hits the fan, like you get a copyright strike, you have someone to call. Good luck getting in touch with YouTube. And we have for you this. Full Screen is accepting a lot of people, and the requirements aren't that much if you're a small channel, so you don't have much to worry about. And you can help and support the show. Apply.fullscreen.net/ref equals slowest in your face.
That's apply.fullscreen.net/ref equals slowest in your face. And we're back with our guest, Jacob. I guess we can start off simply with, how did you come up with your channel name?
I came up with my channel name with about 3 of my friends, and we were all gathered around in 2011, and we were trying to make up Xbox profile names because we were all getting Xboxes that year. And so, I don't know, it just kind of came to me. I was thinking about the games I was going to get, like Call of Duty and Battlefield, and just kind of came to me.
Cool.
And what made you start originally, and I guess the second time too?
I started by my first channel in 2011, and I'm not even going to talk about that one.
I have one of those as well.
And then this channel I started up in 2014 in June, I believe, to do gaming stuff, but I haven't really had much time to record with school and stuff lately.
Mhm.
So.
And what made you start? Like, I don't know, originally, and I guess the second time too.
Originally to start, I just had some ideas that I didn't know how to express them any other way than to record them and put them out on the internet because I felt like it. But this time was, I really have sort of a passion for video games, and whether that leads me to go into game design or become a full-fledged YouTuber if I can build up enough of an audience is kind of where I'm heading with this.
Does your family like know, or what do they think if they do?
Oh, they plenty know. But my house is not soundproof, and so they plenty hear me, and they don't really get it, but they understand that it's what I like doing, and they will support me no matter what I do. So,
So what games are like must plays for you at this moment?
Must plays is the only game right now that's must play is Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and then I'll throw in some Minecrafts. Maybe after I get a capture card, some Call of Duty, World at War Zombies, and some Insurgency, and some Gary's Mod.
Now with CS:GO, are you one of the people that like spends a ton of money on crates or no?
No. I don't. I've spent $5, and that was to get keys.
Okay.
That was it.
Because there's so many people. I'm just like hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I'm like, wow.
Are you kidding me? There are people who do crate openings for a living. So.
So a lot of I don't know what systems do you have?
I have a PlayStation 2, which has taken a back seat lately, but I want to start playing that again. And I have an Xbox and then PC.
Any recent games besides CS:GO that you kind of felt didn't live up to their potential?
Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
And Destiny and Watch Dogs are two of the most overhyped games ever. Absolute most overhyped games ever. And I've played the Master Chief Collection, and with my friend who has an Xbox One, we tried to get into an online game, and it took us 2 hours to get into an online game, and then it was a 5v3. So it was Master Chief Collection up there with them.
Oh wow! Yeah, there were so many games that were just, especially Destiny was like, $500 million, and everyone was like, wow, it's gonna be amazing. And then it was like, this is the same thing over and over and over again.
Well,
okay.
I mean, just because you pour more money into something doesn't make it a good product. It's kind of like the movie Food Fight. How can you spend $60 million on it? Because you have to pay Charlie Sheen and Eva Longoria. That's about it.
So, I mean, some people may agree with this, some may not, but it seems that YouTube is sort of taking a different direction. They've been more focused on satisfying corporations more than smaller YouTubers. I mean, there was the whole Google acquisition that got a lot of attention, obviously. And I guess they've been creative focused too, but do you like the changes YouTube's been doing, or do you think they need to revert back?
Well, most of their corporate changes hasn't really been affecting the gaming community as much as people would like to make you believe.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, YouTube started off as an open source where everybody could do whatever they wanted, and now it's kind of being shut off by the corporate aspect. So, do I think they should completely revert back? No. But is YouTube always going to be perfect? No. But I'd say there needs to be a mix of the corporate aspect as well as the original, what YouTube was intended to be aspect. The most corporate thing I'm worried about is Nintendo. That's why I haven't gotten a Wii U, because I don't want to record Nintendo stuff.
Yeah, what do you think of that? Like, I know Nintendo is just like going, they don't get it yet, and it's just like, it's infuriating, but what do you think of companies like Nintendo that are kind of going in on content creators?
I think that there is an aspect of me that gets it for like single player only games like Watch Dogs was and like Destiny should have been, but like for Sony, The Order 1886, that stuff was getting taken off YouTube. And I get it for single player driven games, but for games like Mario, where it's just single player, but there's really no story to it. That there's no story to speak of other than Mario go save the princess. That can be a very useful tool for people like me who aren't very good at the platformers, but still find enjoyment out of them. Going and saying, "Hey, I need help on World 8, Level 3, so go search that up quick. Here's the part that I need to get through." Okay, that's useful. But if Nintendo takes stuff like that down, that really prevents people from finding all the enjoyment out of the games that they can because they can't get past that one certain part.
Mm-hmm.
And Mario's not it's single player only, but at the same time, the depth of story is lackluster.
That was actually a really good point. A lot of people don't even take that approach with it. They always say, there's like that clash with the company, like, oh, well, it's free advertising and all that. But that was a different perspective. I really like that perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So, would you ever, I don't know what your first channel was about, but would you ever start vlogging or trying other types of channels?
Vlogging is a challenge for me because my creative interests come from video games and other people recording with me, and vlogging is it's a more personal thing with your audience. Mm-hmm. Now, that being said, I could do something like PewDiePie does with, Fridays with PewDiePie, where I just answer questions after I build up enough of an audience. I could do something like that, and I would be willing to do that, but as of vlogging right now, not really a thing that I would be interested in doing at the current time.
Okay. Are there any games that you're looking for? I know nowadays it's just like it's hard to look forward to a game because it doesn't matter like what you see, you're never quite sure what you're gonna get. But are there any games you're looking forward to?
Destiny. Call of Duty World War II. There's not really many games I'm looking forward to right now. I'm hoping that Valve will get on their keisters and make Half-Life 3. I'd be looking forward to that.
Yeah,
but otherwise,
confirmed.
But otherwise, no real big major titles that I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the indie market this year, though, because everybody's been hyping indie, so I'm gonna look at that and see what indie games come out this year.
Okay, and how do you feel about like console exclusive games? Because I feel sometimes like everyone can't afford to buy every system or every platform, so it's just like, how do you feel about console exclusives?
Console exclusives I get why they make them, because Microsoft is like, well, come over and we can give you Master Chief, and then Sony's come over and we can give you, what can Sony give you? They don't have a mascot. Nintendo is, come over here, we can give you Link, they can give you Mario. And I get why console exclusives are out there, and I completely understand it. But at the same time, you've got to also remember that that's turning people off of your console because they can only afford to get one console every time that this console generation ends. Most people will only pick one. And so far, since it's such a third-party saturated market, people are going to go with the console that is either cheapest or has the most third-party support. So this generation has been the PS4 because third-party games look best, and no one really cares about the first-party games anymore very much. And I think personally, if first-party games and exclusives would go to, heck, even if they stayed console exclusives, but then everybody put them on PC, that would make PC gaming more prominent, and more people would get to experience Mario, Zelda, God of War, and Halo all at the same time.
All right, so you're logging into YouTube. You're not there to upload a video. Who are you going to watch?
Too many people. The person I mostly watch on like a daily basis is Review Tech USA, because I really like his point of view on things. But for most minutes watched on a channel, it's probably either Kutra,
Kutra,
Sky Does Minecraft, or Jerome ASF. One of those three.
Seamus is my most favorite gamer.
It's been on like a 1 month hiatus. He's like, I don't know where he went.
Yeah, I know he said he was just like tired of doing stuff by himself.
Yeah.
And then he wanted to start streaming, but then it's like he never
that
started.
fell apart. So.
And I'm like, well, how long can he doesn't he have to work? Like, how is he? I mean, I understand like he's still going to get money because people still watching, but I'm like, is that many people watching that you can just take?
Well, I mean, he still gets money from the Creature Hub, so there's that.
Yeah, that too. I forget that he still does stuff on there.
And my favorite Let's Play is still his COD 4 Let's Play. So, but
I don't know if I ever seen that one. So 12,000 videos, hard to see everything.
Yeah.
Well, is Kutra your favorite creature?
Can I count old creatures?
Sure.
Yeah, Gassy Mexican.
Okay.
He was my favorite creature, and then he got kicked out of the group, and now my favorite creature is Kutra in the group right now. But
okay. Cool.
That's what I'm saying. There are too many YouTubers to pick from.
Yeah. So as I'm a content creator, you're a content creator. YouTube is, I think, a big part of our lives. If YouTube was gone tomorrow, what would you do?
Twitch.
Okay.
Twitch. I would.
Do you do Twitch now?
I try and make some time for Twitch on, occasionally, but most of my time in my day is spent toward trying to edit videos and push out content for YouTube, which I'm going to start doing soon.
And what do you think of the inflated gaming community? Do you think it's just too big, or is just it's just what's hot now? We just got to ride it out until the bubble bursts.
The gaming community on YouTube right now, I think what some people forget to think about is that it isn't even though there are 1,000 people who just do gaming who make a lot of money on YouTube, it's not like they all do one game. They don't all do Call of Duty, and they aren't a carbon copy of each other. PewDiePie and Kutra are two very different people who have very different commentating styles, and I think the reason it's so the term people use is oversaturated is because a lot of people like a lot of different commentating styles, and there are just 7 trillion people on this earth, and I think it's about 3 trillion of them can get the internet, and each person is going to like a different style of commentating. So if I can bring a different style of commentating that a lot of people like, I can build an audience. That's kind of what the YouTube premise is.
So when you get off of YouTube, what are some things that you do? What do you do in your personal life? What are your any hobbies besides YouTube?
When I am off YouTube, if that ever happens, I'm usually either playing video games or I am playing sports. I do basketball in the winter, baseball in the summer. Dropped out of football. Didn't like football. Otherwise, I do. Otherwise, I'll be managing my ESPN fantasy team, or I play a lot outside with my friends. We do airsoft sometimes. So airsoft and Nerf. That's what we do outside. But
one YouTuber, right? You get their login for 24 hours. You can either do something really evil to a channel you hate, or something really nice to a channel you love, or just promote your own self on the channel. Whose channel do you want?
You're making me think. Oh my gosh. I would probably take epic rap battles of history, and I would make a rap battle between just probably who would I do? I was thinking Master Chief and no, I'd probably do Captain Price versus Soap, because that would be, because now that Soap's dead, he can do all the arguing he wants and he can't get shot up for it. So it's just like Soap's a ghost, just like Adolf Hitler. So
So what like other avenues of entertainment interest you, like music, movies?
I am a huge internet person, so not very big on movies. When I move out of my house, I'm probably not even going to purchase any sort of TV plan, because I'm just not a big TV watcher. I do enjoy a lot of music, and music is probably the biggest outlet for entertainment other than YouTube. And the main things that I enjoy are like 90s punk sort of songs. So Green Day is probably my favorite band right now. I enjoy Black Veil Brides, and a lot of those bands. And yeah.
Well, okay. Well, what do you think of today's music? Taylor Swift usually tops the charts. So, what do you think of?
Taylor Swift rules the world. Taylor Swift for president, 20 whatever the next election is.
2016.
2016, yeah. No, I don't enjoy it. It's just a lot of it has to do with the type of person I am. I'm a more, when I listen to music, I'm a more melancholy person. So I don't enjoy the upbeat cheer that pop brings in every single song. In fact, that's probably what made me such a melancholy person. The fact that I used to listen to only pop music, and all I would hear was happy, happy all the time. And now I'm listening to the toned down songs. Like some of Green Day stuff is happy, some of it is just downright depressing. So it all depends on what mood I'm in. And some of pop stuff I do enjoy, like Uptown Funk by that one guy that we'll never remember, and
Bruno Mars. Mark Ranson.
No, not him. No,
Mark Ranson.
Mark Ranson. Couldn't remember his name. I remembered Bruno Mars though.
Yeah, that's it's basically his song now. So.
It's because Mark Ranson, all he did was, didn't he just write the song?
I have no idea. Probably.
I don't know what he did. Probably made the beat and wrote the song. That's about it.
So only 75%.
It's just that Bruno Mars did the important part.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that's my take on the pop market. Don't really enjoy it as much anymore.
So, you're a gamer, so obviously you're PC, right?
Yes, PC Master Race.
So
all day, every day.
Did you know Microsoft is killing off Internet Explorer?
I did. All hail Project Spartan. No, I never used Internet Explorer. Yeah. I always used Chrome or Firefox. So
yeah, even like
mostly Chrome, so.
Like I started. I mean, I'm not old, but I started very young using the computer. Like I had my first email address like I was 6. I don't know why, but
I had my first email address when I was 4. I don't know why.
Okay. But I've never remembered like using Internet Explorer like the main browser. Never. Even
when I got this computer, actually used Internet Explorer once, and that was to download Chrome.
Exactly. That's all you use Internet Explorer for, is to download the main browser.
That's about it.
So guess what, Stefan? My faith in humanity has been destroyed. Let me pull up the video real quick. But Raven has gone off the deep end. I don't know. For a while, she's just been, I guess she's getting popularity again. And I guess she's like, oh, well, I'm just going to say whatever I want to say. And now she's not even making sense. You remember Kanye used to make sense and then he just started saying whatever and now he doesn't make any sense?
Yeah, 10 years ago.
And now here she is.
DNA test.
I did mine too.
You did yours?
Yeah, I did my
Isn't it awesome?
It's crazy.
I am from every continent in Africa except for one, and I'm from every continent in Europe except for one.
Girl, I didn't go that deep. We went to like 1890. That's cool.
Oh no,
Now I had no idea that Africa and Europe were comprised of different continents. Mine equals blown.
I mean, my favorite part is she said, I'm from every continent in Africa, but she's not African American. So, I mean, for me, I always love That's So Raven, the TV show, but I haven't liked Raven, the person, for a really, really long time. And I just feel like she's digging herself deeper and deeper in a hole.
Mm-hmm. Because originally when she said the I'm not African American thing, because I don't like the term African American for someone like me, because I've never been to Africa. I don't know the roots in Africa. I can't say I'm African American. Sounds to me like, oh, me and my family just came over on vacation. We liked it here, so we stayed. But she didn't make the point of I don't like African American. I like to use the term black because it's more close to what happened to our history. She gonna make it see, oh, I'm from the South. What? And what continent is she not from in Africa? And I don't get it. Most of the first of all, this continent thing and nobody on set was like, you mean country?
And did you see the interview she did on The View where I don't know who made the comment, but someone compared Michelle Obama to a monkey, I guess. And she was basically defending them like, oh, some people just look like animals, like I look like a bird. No, that's obviously like a racist term to refer to black people as monkeys. So I feel like, isn't she in college? She should know better. She should know these things.
Well, I don't think she looked like a bird. I think she looked like an idiot. Yeah. But I mean that comment I didn't get mad at her about because like, well, there are some people that look like animals. I would have said I don't know if Michelle Obama looks like an animal though, and I wouldn't say it in the sense of we know that's not the context that person was talking about anyway. So it's just like she doesn't like. It's like she says things, but then she leaves the intellect behind. Anyway, she's crazy. She's a mess. And we'll see you in the next segment.
So every week, we'll dissect a Wikipedia article that you guys send us. This week's wiki page is the list of nicknames used by George W. Bush. So these are all the nicknames George W. Bush used for people either in his cabinet or his contemporaries or journalists while he was president. I think this is one of the more endearing things about him. Like, I know I shouldn't find him endearing, but like some of these are cute, but some of them seem like very flippant or I don't know, like lazy. But okay. For his family, his father, George Bush Sr., I guess, he goes by Poppy 41 or Old Man. And his wife, Laura Bush, goes by Bushy. I
think Bushy's a lot more clever than Old Man.
I think it kind of makes me uncomfortable, to be honest. And for foreign leaders, Jean Chrétien, I guess it's French, he goes by Dino, which is short for dinosaur. Is he really that much older than George W. Bush?
It's like he doesn't think he's old though.
Right. Isn't he like 70?
Is he?
Yeah, I think he's like 68 or going on 70 or something like that. Like, I know it's hard to believe has any maturity at all.
Well, how old is his father? 100?
His father is 90. So you were close.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And Jean Chrétien is 81. So, I mean, it's kind of weird to like call someone dinosaur when you're pretty old yourself. Anyway, for Vladimir Putin.
Oh, that's Russia's president.
Yeah, the Prime Minister of Russia. He goes by Pooty Poot or Ostrich Legs. That's kind of mean. Is he like supposed to be really tall or something?
I think isn't George kind of short? I have no idea either. You never know what people really look like.
Yeah. John Howard, the Prime Minister of Australia, goes by Man of Steel. Tony Blair, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, is Landslide. I don't know. This means nothing to me. I have no idea where he's coming up with these names. But like I said, some of them are more lazy than others. Like Donald Rumsfeld, the Secretary of Defense, goes by Rummy.
Mm-hmm.
Dick Cheney, obviously the Vice President, goes by Vice.
Wow. Why didn't you call him Darth Vader like everyone else does?
Barack Obama goes by Bama or Rock.
Wow.
Oh, here's one. John Boehner goes by Boner, like Boner.
Oh, well, I guess.
This was our president, people. Peter King, Republican congressman from New York, goes by Pedro.
What?
Yeah. John Sweeney, Republican congressman from New York, goes by Congressman Kickass. John Sweeney.
Gosh.
This is so painful. Dick Cow from Bloomberg News goes by Stretch. Is he supposed to be tall, I guess? Is this another tall reference?
Possibly.
Frank Bruni, reporter who covered the Bush campaign in 2000 for the New York Times, goes by Panchito.
See, this is why he was a horrible president, because he wasn't busy doing the work. He was busy naming everybody.
Yeah, and it's not even clever. I think that's the most insulting part, is they're not even clever. Did I say Fred Upton, Republican congressman from Michigan? He goes by Freddie Boy or Fredo.
Ew.
Yeah.
Fredo. What?
Silvio Berlusconi, former Prime Minister of Italy, goes by Shoes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Like, imagine being one of these people and being referred to as Shoes and you're a Prime Minister.
Exactly.
Like, so, what would your George W. Bush nickname be? What do you think?
What would he name me?
Yeah.
Well, I'm tall. Tally. It had to be something.
Yeah, I think that's about on the level of intelligence that he would come up with.
And you?
Well, I'm short, so he may call me Shorty, which would be interesting. Like, I'm just more disturbed that none of these have any creativity to them.
Right? It's not even like linked to their politics or linked to like.
Right.
You know, it's just like.
And why does every person need a nickname?
What?
Just call them by their name.
Exactly.
He was our president for 8 years.
Well, I will say this. I wasn't old enough to vote at that time, so not my fault. He really is crazy. We'll be right back after the break. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. If you could do us a favor, leave a rating on iTunes. If you want to see more content, you can go to youtube.com/LotusInYourFace. Or if you want to keep up to date with us, follow us at Exposure Show on Twitter. Also, also Facebook.com/ExposurePod. That's Exposure POD. Also, check out our guests Jacob at youtube.com/Ibattle2WinMc. And that's win, W-I-N. Oh, and if you want to be a guest on our show, you know somebody who should be a guest, send us an email at theslowlistnetwork@gmail.com.
Thanks for listening.
And we'll see you in the next episode of Exposure.